fear is the only real enemy. It is not outside of you. It is not a monster hiding in the dark. It lives inside. It is a pattern, a habit, something that gets triggered in us again and again. And here is the good news: if it can be triggered, it can also be changed. Every person can choose to shift it. You don't have to stay stuck. The problem is, most people don't realize this. They believe fear is permanent. But fear is like a story you keep repeating. You can stop telling it. Almost every decision made from fear turns out wrong. Why? Because when you act from fear, you shrink. You see the world as small, limited, and dangerous. Fear makes you believe there is not enough. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough love. So your choices get smaller and weaker. Think about the world today. If you go online, if you scroll through social media, what do you see? Do people seem happy? Do they seem at peace? Not really. Most people are angry, shouting, or offended by something. Why do they choose anger instead of happiness? The answer is simple: anger gives them something. It meets their hidden needs. When someone feels afraid, they try to cover it with anger. Anger gives the feeling of power. It gives the feeling of safety. And it gives the feeling of importance. When people rant, complain, or blame others, they feel important. They feel strong. It is like sugar: it feels good in the moment, but it leaves you empty later. The crash always comes. And sadly, this crash hurts relationships, friendships, and even whole communities. People stay angry so they do not have to feel their fear. They stay loud so they do not have to face the quiet thought: I am not enough. My life is uncertain. That is the secret root of all of it. Trade fear for faith. Fear is what stops us from living with quality. It does not just slow down business or money. It blocks love, growth, and connection. But there is a choice: you can trade fear for faith. Faith is already inside you. You have used it many times without even noticing. Think about driving a car. What keeps you safe? A thin yellow line in the middle of the road. On the other side of that line are people who might be tired, drunk, texting, or distracted. They could cross that line at any moment. And yet you still drive. You trust. Why? Because the alternative is to never move, to never live. That trust, that step forward in the face of risk, that is faith. That is courage. It doesn't mean you have no fear. It means you move anyway. You keep going because something is more important than your fear. If you have a mission, if you have a dream, everything changes. Dreams only come alive when you keep going after others have quit. When you push through the walls that stop most people. How do you do that? By feeding the stronger part of you. The part that believes. The part that is bigger than fear. Whatever you feed will grow. If you feed fear, watching bad news, focusing on danger, telling yourself negative stories, fear gets stronger. But if you feed courage, reading, learning, taking small steps, courage grows. Every day you must feed the best part of you. Demand more from yourself. Do not accept less than what you are capable of. Do not settle for a life smaller than your gift. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. You will still have bad moments. You will still fall down. But here is the key: make them moments, not months or years. Stand up again. Keep moving. As long as you keep moving, you will get to your dream. The only thing that will hold you back is fear. Fear of not being enough, fear of not knowing enough, fear of failing. But here's the truth. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to be perfect. Something greater gave you life. Your heart beats right now without you asking. You did not earn that. It is a gift. That gift is proof. You are already enough. Every human being on earth has two main fears. The first fear is, I am not enough. The second fear is, if I am not enough, I will not be loved. Think about it. Why do people push themselves so hard? Why do they hide parts of themselves? Why do they chase approval? Because deep down, they are afraid of being unloved. Maybe in your life, things are good right now. Maybe your relationships, money, or health feel stable. But life changes. Jobs change. Health changes. People change. And when that happens, you may feel, I am not enough. This fear is heavy. It makes people pretend. It makes people chase things they don't even want just to be accepted. But here is the truth, feeling not enough is normal. It is part of being human. The danger is not the fear itself. The danger is letting fear control you. Inside you there is a part that is bigger than fear. That part is unbreakable. It does not change. It cannot die. You can call it spirit, soul, essence, or whatever name feels right. When you live from that part, when you serve something bigger than yourself, fear loses its power. Because you are no longer asking, am I enough? You are asking, how can I give? How can I serve? Emotions are the fuel of life. Fear is one fuel, but it burns dirty. It hurts you and others. Love, purpose, and courage are another fuel. They give energy, creativity, and hope. The key is this. Be willing to feel the discomfort. Be willing to face the fear and walk through it. On the other side is growth. Progress is what makes life feel alive. As long as you are moving forward, even in small steps, you feel joy. Life itself is a game. The game of work. The game of relationships. The game of health. The game of parenting. The game of mastery. Games are fun because there is challenge. If everything was easy, you would feel empty. It is the struggle, the growth, and the progress that make life exciting. But to play well, you must raise your standard. Decide who you want to be in the next 10 years. Because 10 years will pass no matter what. The question is not if you will arrive, but who you will be when you do. Your emotions shape your life. They are either brakes or gas pedals. Fear is the brake. Faith, courage, and gratitude are the gas pedals. You choose which one to press. Beliefs guide us. So choose beliefs that serve you. For example, what if you believe that everything in your life happens for a reason? What if you believe that life is happening for you, not to you? How would that change how you see challenges? When something painful happens, most people say, why me? But if you believe life is happening for you, the question becomes, what is this here to teach me? How can I grow from this? That shift changes everything. You can be a manager of circumstances, always reacting. Or you can be a creator of an extraordinary life, always choosing. Inside each of us is a part that cannot be defeated. A part that does not give up. A part that is undeniable. That is the part you must put in charge. That is the voice you must listen to when fear shouts the loudest. Because in the end, fear will always whisper, you're not enough. And courage will always answer, watch me.
Please like and subscribe for more videos.